Hello class, this video is for notes 1. So here is what we're going to do. You're going to create a markdown file that includes the following: definition, usage, and examples, at least 3 of the following commands over here. These are the most important commands that we cover during class and that we are likely going to continue using throughout the semester, right? So all of this information is found in the presentations and the lab. It's the reason why you're doing the notes after you do the lab, because for example the echo and date command and free and new name, you get to use them in the lab. You get to learn how to use them in the lab and you get to see extensive examples. Now the history command, you see it in detail in the presentation. Man, apt, snap, and flatpak, you also see them in the presentation. However, I don't want you to be hunting down information. For these notes, I want to give everything that you need to you. Because I want you to see the formatting that we're going to be using from this point on, and I want you to get it right the first time, so that you can use this as a comparison for your future notes when you are talking to how to do something specifically, right? So take this as the protocol that we will be using from this point on. Now, how is it that you're gonna do this one? Well, simple. In your home, in your CIS directory, in your repo, you're gonna create a folder called notes. Then here you're gonna create a folder called notes1, no spaces, and then here in VS Code we're gonna create the markdown file. So I'm gonna open VS Code. I have my notes folder over here, and here is my markdown file. I have completed the markdown file already and created a PDF file. I'm gonna give you this PDF file. It has all the information that you need. Essentially, you just have to turn this PDF file back into Markdown and then convert this file for the sake of practice. I'm not going to give you the Markdown file. I want you to practice. I want you to actually type it, right? Copy, paste, do the formatting, get it as close to mine as you possibly can, right? So here is the Markdown file complete. Notice that, let me put them side by side so that you see what we're talking about. So we start with a title, right? Heading 1, notes 1, bash shell, and then very short description, commands covered in lecture. Most of the time this is what we're going to type in here anyway, commands covered in lecture or concepts covered in lecture, things like that. Then we'll start with a heading 2, the title of the command, which is echo. Then we have heading 3, definition. Here we type a brief definition of the command. I copy this from the man page of the command itself. Then usage, here we're gonna type a formula for the command, right? And we're gonna use code formatting. Echo plus option plus a string in this exact matter. I'm gonna give you one of these examples. So the markdown file here, which I'm gonna give you a link to, is gonna have these examples so that you know exactly how your markdown is supposed to look like. Then we have examples, and here we have a bulleted list and an indented list. Here is the definition of the example, and here is the code that does the example. Display a line of text, echo, and hello world. See how it appears in the PDF over here? See, bulleted list, definition, and then here goes the code that does exactly what it says in the definition. And we do the same thing for a couple of more examples. 3 is fine, right? You want to do more than 3, that's okay with me, but 3 is the baseline for pretty much every command that we're gonna cover. After this, we put a hard line over here, which we can do with that HR HTML element, and then we start with the next command. Same formula. Title 2, heading 2, heading 3 for definition, heading 3 for examples, and then we have here 2 examples of date because we only cover 2 examples in the class. Then again, same thing, we have a horizontal line, the free command, as you can see over here, definition, usage, example, and so on and so on, all the way until you finish with the flatpak command. Once you finish this, all you have to do is right click and then export to PDF, and you're gonna give me this. You're not gonna submit in Blackboard. Well, actually, yeah, there is a Dropbox for this in Blackboard. Let me sign in real quick to Blackboard so that I can show you. So in Blackboard, you're gonna have a Dropbox here. What are you? Course notes right here. So click on course notes. You're gonna say notes 1 Dropbox, and then over here you're gonna give me the PDF file and the URL to the notes .md file in GitHub, just like we do with week reports and just like we do with the labs. So let me minimize this real quick and go back to this. Now let me rename this to notes 1 oh my god, if I could type now. There you go, notes 1 original, beautiful. Now I am going to leave this echo command and I'm gonna leave the date command in Markdown, and I'm just gonna delete everything else. Okay, because I want you to do the rest on your own, but this I'm gonna show you how you can copy this in a moment. Now we're gonna send this to let me just convert this to PDF just so that I can have a PDF version of this as well. Okay, again, you will complete the whole thing and yours is gonna look just like my original because we're using the same PDF converter. So now terminal, new terminal, git add period, git commit -m, notes 1 done, git push, and now let's go to our GitHub page. Now let's go to notes, and if you click on notes1.md and you click on raw, you are gonna get the raw markdown that I use for this particular file. And if you want, you can copy this and have it as a starting base and paste it in your notes.md file, and in that way, you know, you have something to start with. That is, if you want to type it, that's fine, but you know, this saves you a little bit of time. And here, notes1.original, here is the PDF file where you can copy and paste from. Just make sure you download this PDF file. Again, see, I clicked on the download button over here, and you can copy from here all you want, right? I would rather open this in the let's go to places, home, downloads. I'll open it in the actual PDF reader that comes with GNOME, because this is gonna be easier and it consumes less memory too while you work. So here you can copy what you need from here and then paste it in your document. Again, I'm providing you in this time around everything that you need, but in the future I will tell you where to find the information and provide you like 1 or 2 examples and move on from there. If you have any questions, reach out to me via Slack. We can hop on a meeting, you know, I can answer right there, right then. Just make sure that you reach out to me before the due date. Take care.